Welcome back to Gaga's Fiction. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Naruto with a twist you've never seen before. What if Naruto wielded the incredible Mokuton, and how would it change the course of his journey? Get ready for an epic adventure as we explore this thrilling Naruto x Ino fanfic crossover in the Resurrection of Senju Part 1. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on this wild ride through the ninja world. A youthful boy, adorned with vibrant golden locks, piercing azure eyes, and 3 distinctive whisker marks gracing each of his cheeks, darted through the bustling streets of Konohagakure. His clothes and visage were smeared with paint, and he chuckled exuberantly as he eluded the irate adults who seethed in his wake, unable to find anyone willing to reprimand the mischievous lad. Meanwhile, within his office, the Hokage sighed deeply, his head resting wearily in his hands. He watched the boy's escapade with a sense of resignation, knowing that it would translate into a surge of paperwork in the days to come. After escaping the irate mob, the boy perched himself upon the stone monuments dedicated to the previous Hokage, gazing contemplatively at the figures they honored. His reverie was abruptly interrupted by an unexpected pull from behind him. He swiftly assumed a defensive posture, his small arms extended before him, a stance that would likely amuse older, more experienced ninja, but he bore no ill will toward them. In fact, he rather liked the villagers, as they were devoid of the unwarranted disdain that other children and adults at the orphanage directed his way. The individual who approached him greeted the boy with a faint smile, acknowledging his readiness to protect himself. The older man, clad in traditional Hokage attire, recognized the boy's limited physical prowess but was impressed by his advanced sensory abilities. Approaching the boy, the Hokage noted the absence of the radiant smile that had adorned his face just hours earlier. "Hello, Naruto," he greeted the young boy with a subdued smile. In response, Naruto, now identified, returned the greeting with little enthusiasm. The older man took a seat on one of the stone heads and gestured for Naruto to join him. As they sat side by side, Naruto let one leg dangle off the edge while folding the other, resting his head on his knee. He gazed pensively at the village he called home, basking in the glow of the setting sun that bathed the town in a resplendent orange hue, a color he had always cherished, symbolized by his orange jumpsuit, a gift from his Jiji, adorned with a red swirl pattern on the back, the Uzumaki clan crest, though he remained unaware of its significance. The breathtaking beauty and tranquil serenity of the village moved him deeply. "Doesn't it make you want to protect this place?" The older man broke the poignant silence between them. Naruto's response, barely audible and laden with suppressed tears, conveyed his inner turmoil. "Maybe if I wasn't met with such disdain," he whispered, his words nearly lost had the Hokage not possessed the keen hearing of a ninja. A regretful sigh escaped the Hokage as he contemplated the promise he had made to Naruto's parents, wondering if he had erred by not taking the boy under his wing. However, political constraints and the lurking influence of figures like Danzo had deterred him from such a move. "The villagers often fear what they cannot comprehend," he offered finally. A flash of anger ignited in Naruto's eyes, propelling him to his feet. "What is there not to understand? Am I not the same as their children or those at the orphanage?" Tears streamed down his face as he poured out his frustration. "You're right. You are no different from other children," the Hokage asserted, avoiding Naruto's pained gaze. "But something transpired on the day of your birth, the 9-tailed fox attacked, and our safeguards failed. Many view you as the fox's reincarnation after the 4th Hokage sealed it away." The Hokage swallowed uneasily, concealing the omitted details, and continued, "And then you arrived, born on the same night the fox was defeated. You became their scapegoat, bearing the brunt of their hatred. It's unfair, and I'm doing everything in my power to support you." The Hokage, typically stoic, struggled to maintain composure, knowing that revealing the complete truth was not yet possible. Naruto absorbed the revelation, finding some solace in better comprehending the roots of the animosity he faced. Forgiveness for the villagers remained elusive, but he resolved not to reciprocate their hatred. With that, he excused himself and embarked on the path home, determined to become the most formidable ninja the village had ever seen, a goal requiring dedication to study and training. If others had glimpsed the determination in his eyes, they might have shuddered at the prospect of the demon fox growing more powerful than ever. In the ensuing days, Konoha experienced an unusual calm, with Naruto refraining from his pranks. The populace, however, remained on edge, anticipating that his next prank would be more destructive than ever. They were mistaken. Naruto had been engrossed in another pursuit, sneaking into the library to immerse himself in studies. The stern librarian's aversion to him necessitated this covert approach. Naruto voraciously devoured any available literature, with the history of Konoha and its Hokage holding particular fascination. The tales of the 4th and 1st Hokage resonated deeply with him, representing the pinnacle of power in the village. While not dismissing the second and third Hokage, they did not quite capture his imagination in the same way. Naruto had taken to sleeping atop the library shelves, unwavering in his commitment. Finally, he decided to experiment with a technique he had read about. Slipping out of the library unnoticed, he thanked his former prankster self for inadvertently honing his stealth skills. In a secluded forest clearing, he settled into a lotus position, closed his eyes, and unwittingly formed a hand seal. He endeavored to access his chakra, as the texts had instructed, delving deep within himself to grasp at the energy source. After 15 minutes of effort, he felt something, an elusive, dense presence that enveloped him with warmth and joy. All around him, vibrant green energy danced, swaying trees toward him, coaxing flowers to bloom, and causing the ground to crack like a spider's web. The Hokage, observing through a crystal ball, nearly succumbed to shock. He urgently ordered his secretary to bar entry to his office and rushed toward Naruto. As soon as the Hokage set foot in the forest, he felt Naruto's presence, hastening his steps. A 5-year-old should not possess such an abundance of chakra, even as a Jinchuriki. He arrived at the clearing just as Naruto, now drained of energy, slowly opened his eyes. The Hokage greeted him with an exultant proclamation. "Congratulations, Naruto, you've awakened a long-lost bloodline." Naruto, overwhelmed by the sudden depletion of his energy, could only manage a peace sign and a bright, albeit exhausted, smile before drifting into unconsciousness. The Hokage chuckled softly, lifting the slumbering child into his arms, and performed a shunshine to his office. Naruto gradually regained consciousness and scanned the unfamiliar room. An initial wave of panic surged within him. "Calm down, Naruto, you're in my office," reassured a familiar voice. He recognized it and swiftly turned his head. "Gigi. Did you see it? I unlocked my chakra." The panic transformed into an exuberant excitement, evident in his voice. "I saw, Naruto. You possess a considerable amount of it," replied the Sandaime, smiling at the enthusiastic 5-year-old before him. However, his smile quickly faded as he issued a cautionary note. "But you must keep this a secret. The Mokuton bloodline is exceptionally potent, and there are those who would seek to suppress it before it becomes a potential problem in the future," he warned. "Mokuton?" Naruto queried, his eyebrows raised and head tilted, looking somewhat like a puzzled puppy. The Sandaime paused momentarily, then a soft smile graced his face. "Yes, Naruto, Mokuton. It's the bloodline of the Shodai, Hashirama Senju," he responded, his voice tinged with nostalgia as he reminisced about his revered former teacher. "That's so cool!" Naruto exclaimed, his excitement mounting as he recalled what he had read about the Shodai. "Did you not hear what I said, Naruto? You mustn't reveal this until you are strong enough to protect yourself," Sandaime cautioned again, sighing. Naruto, somewhat subdued, inquired, "Why?" "As I told you, the Mokuton is an incredibly potent bloodline. Some may want to harm you because of it or conduct experiments. I will provide you with a teacher to guide you in its use," the Sandaime explained to the young boy. "All right, but I don't like it. It feels like I'm locking a part of myself away," Naruto reluctantly agreed, momentarily slipping out of his typical public persona. The Sandaime was taken aback by this response. He stood up, approached the young boy, knelt to his level, and placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Naruto, who had experienced significant loss in his short life, teared up slightly, surprised by the depth of his importance to the old Hokage. His shoulders slumped as he whispered, "I'll get so strong that you'll never have to worry again." His voice wavered with determination. "I know you will. I just hope I am alive to see it," the Sandaime responded, moving his hand from Naruto's shoulder to his arm, placing his other hand on Naruto's other arm. "I'll make sure of it," Naruto declared, a fiery determination burning in his eyes. In the following week, Naruto was scheduled to meet his Mokuton teacher. He sat atop a tree pole in Training Ground 3, a clearing nestled in the midst of woodlands. Since unlocking his chakra, Naruto felt a profound connection to nature and disliked being separated from soil in the natural world. Concrete, in particular, felt lifeless and inorganic to him. The appointed time arrived, along with an Anbu operative wearing a tiger mask. The masked figure appeared to be in his teens. "Hello. My name is Tora. You will call me Tora Senpai or Tora Sensei. I heard you've already unlocked your chakra?" Tora introduced himself. "Yes, Tora Sensei," Naruto replied, leaping down from the pole and tapping into the forest's root system. "Good. Then we'll start with." The ensuing training was the most challenging endeavor Naruto had ever undertaken. "And then, I was like Bam and Wapao," Naruto animatedly recounted, explaining his training with great enthusiasm. He had been under Tora's tutelage for 6 months and displayed remarkable progress in his Mokuton abilities. Apart from his ninjutsu skills, his taijutsu was already at a Jinan level. However, his genjutsu skills lagged significantly, likely due to the presence of the tailed beast sealed within him. Do you want to adopt the Senju clan name? Tora suddenly interjected during Naruto's enthusiastic narration. What? Naruto appeared puzzled by the question. Do you want to change your last name to Senju? Tora repeated the query. The Hokage himself had conducted some research into Naruto's Mokuton origins. Your mother was the great-grandchild of Hashirama and Mito Senju. Mito, from the Uzumaki clan, sent her second child to Uzushio-gakure. There, he married into the Uzumaki's head family. Eventually, your mother came into being and was sent to Konoha before Uzushio-gakure's destruction during the Second Great Ninja War, the Hokage explained, witnessing the sorrowful look on Naruto's face upon hearing about his mother's family. However, you do have an aunt out there, though she is not in the village, he added, aiming to provide some consolation. Naruto's rage flared, his young voice seething. Why did she leave me here instead of helping me? The Hokage responded gently, she didn't know you were related, Naruto. She, too, suffered great losses in previous wars. I've been trying to bring her back for years. So, will you adopt the name? The Hokage inquired once more after a few minutes. Naruto questioned, what would happen if I did? The Hokage elaborated, well, it would involve relinquishing control over political matters until you're 15 or attain the rank of Chunin. However, it may facilitate the re-emergence of the other founding clans, potentially improving villagers' attitudes toward you. Naruto crossed his arms and pouted adorably, saying, but I want them to stop disliking me because they respect who I am. They dislike you for something beyond your control. Why not counter it with something equally beyond your control? The Hokage countered. After a brief pause, Naruto relented, saying, fine, I guess I'll do it. The Hokage then proposed, would you like to start the academy program? You'll be slightly ahead of your age group, but it might be beneficial to socialize with children your age. It will also herald the return of the Senju clan. I'll do it, Naruto agreed promptly. The anticipation of his first day at the academy had been building for nearly 6 months, ever since the Hokage had extended the invitation to Naruto. As the day approached, a mix of excitement and nervousness coursed through him. Standing before the academy's entrance, he could already hear the commotion inside. The cacophony was hushed by a stern voice, followed by a collective silence. Gathering his courage, Naruto took a deep breath and knocked on the door, which slid open, revealing a classroom filled with 40 pairs of curious eyes fixed on him. Approaching the teacher's desk, Naruto presented a scroll entrusted to him by the Hokage. The teacher's astonishment grew as he perused the contents of the scroll, and after finishing, he cleared his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, he announced to the class, we have a new addition to our ranks. Let's extend a warm welcome to Naruto Senju, who will be joining us from now on. Whispers buzzed through the room, some less than friendly. Evidently, some had recognized him. Now, Naruto, please introduce yourself, the teacher instructed. With a polite bow, Naruto began, greetings. My name is Naruto Senju. I look forward to getting to know all of you. The mention of his last name caused a collective gasp of surprise. Echoed through the classroom. Amidst the reactions, a black-haired boy with sharp eyes seemed unimpressed until Naruto mentioned his last name. This boy, it appeared, was looking for a worthy rival. Naruto proceeded to find his place, choosing a seat next to a student with a distinctive pineapple-shaped ponytail and another who exhibited the characteristic features of the Akimichi clan. Naruto recognized the Nara clan sleepy student and knew he was from the Nara clan. The rest of the lesson, although somewhat dull, proceeded without incident. In the days that followed, some of the villagers began to leave Naruto alone after hearing rumors about his heritage. Sitting atop his favorite pole one day, Naruto awaited his sensei's arrival. Suddenly, a voice from the forest inquired, "What are you doing here?" A black-haired boy emerged from the bushes, questioning Naruto's presence before team assignments. He accused Naruto of expecting preferential treatment due to his Senju lineage. Naruto countered, "You're Sasuke Uchiha, right? I have a training regimen that requires attention. It's not so different from your own training for the Sharingan, is it?" The tension escalated as Sasuke's eyes crackled with lightning. "I didn't know there were any Senjus left besides Tsunade," he admitted. Naruto, feeling a pang of sadness, mentioned, "My mother was the great-grandchild of the first Hokage." Just as their conversation began, Naruto's summon, Tora, appeared, scolding Naruto for failing to keep their conversation a secret. Despite the initial tension, training continued, and Naruto was pleased to have found a worthy rival in Sasuke. However, on his way home after training, Naruto sensed an impending sense of dread, as though something terrible loomed on the horizon. A few days later, Naruto rushed through Konoha's main street, oblivious to the somber atmosphere. Bursting into the classroom, he discovered that Sasuke was missing from his usual seat by the window. Approaching Sakura, one of Sasuke's admirers, Naruto inquired about his whereabouts. Sakura somberly revealed, "Haven't you heard? Something significant happened to the Uchiha clan last night, and Sasuke has been unconscious since then." Without a second thought, Naruto decided to skip class. On Sasuke's balcony, Naruto knocked on the window to no response, eventually opening it and sitting beside him. As he mused about Sasuke's condition, an older man's voice interrupted him. It was the Hokage, who expressed surprise at Naruto's presence. Naruto explained his intention to be a friend to Sasuke, despite their initial rivalry. After a while, with no changes in Sasuke's condition, Naruto grew restless and decided to meditate. Sitting in a lotus position with his hands forming intricate seals, Naruto channeled chakra that felt different from his usual Mokuton or other elemental chakras. A subtle green aura enveloped his hands, and he gently placed them on Sasuke's shoulder. Exhaustion set in as he held the technique, but suddenly, Sasuke stirred, feeling a newfound lightness and reduced anger towards his brother. Opening his eyes, he saw Naruto, his first coherent thought being, "Naruto, huh?" Naruto panted heavily, having expended significant energy. Naruto sprinted through the vibrant streets of Konohagakure, his laughter ringing out as he passed by several store owners. His antics had earned him favor with most of the villagers, and even those who occasionally bore the brunt of his pranks had come to expect them. Naruto had honed his evasion skills, and now, the only one who could truly rein him in was Iruka-sensei. Naruto had a knack for pranking and showing up at class as if nothing had happened, earning him a stern talking to from his teacher. Most of his classmates found great amusement in watching Naruto receive these scoldings, while others found it irksome to start their days with his misadventures. Sasuke belonged to the latter group, though for a different reason. He found it beneath someone of Naruto's skill level to stoop so low. Following the Uchiha massacre, Sasuke had distanced himself from village life, but Naruto's persistent presence kept pulling him back in. He simultaneously resented and appreciated Naruto for it, as if Naruto were gradually filling the void left by Itachi's absence, a feeling Sasuke wasn't entirely sure how to process. Inside the classroom, Naruto patiently awaited the start of the graduation exams. Despite his initial struggles with the Bunshin Jutsu, he had acquired a replacement technique, thanks to Tora-sensei. As Iruka-sensei entered the room, Naruto paid close attention. "All right, everyone, settle down." Iruka's attempt at maintaining order went unheard as the chatter persisted. He then resorted to his big head jutsu, a technique that baffled Naruto every time. Naruto had even tried discussing it with Shikamaru, though the lethargic Nara never provided a satisfactory answer. Naruto often found himself ranting to Shikamaru about it. Iruka's final outburst finally brought silence to the classroom. "Let's commence the exams. We'll begin with a written test, followed by a demonstration of taijutsu and ninjutsu," he explained in a more measured tone. "The written test starts now and will last 90 minutes. As Iruka and his assistant Mizuki distributed the tests, Mizuki's venomous tone didn't escape Naruto's notice. Mizuki's resentment towards him was palpable, but Naruto effortlessly dispelled the genjutsu Mizuki had cast on his test. Naruto breezed through the examination, having prepared extensively since childhood. The class proceeded to the next part of the test, the taijutsu demonstration. Naruto remained confident, knowing he was already at Chunin level proficiency in both taijutsu and ninjutsu. Genjutsu posed a challenge, but he had the ability to break most low to mid-level illusions. Medical ninjutsu proved more demanding, but it felt like the right path, especially as he learned to suppress the Nine Tails chakra within him. Arriving at the designated training ground, Naruto was the first to take his position, settling into a lotus position to focus. His classmates soon followed suit, and Iruka addressed the class. "Great job on the written part, now we'll assess your physical abilities," he announced, motioning toward his assistant, Mizuki. "You will each spar with Mizuki to demonstrate your skills." Mizuki waved with a friendly smile, though his true feelings about Naruto were anything but friendly. He had harbored a vendetta against the demon for some time, with plans to sabotage Naruto's chances of becoming a Konoha shinobi. Naruto's turn quickly approached, and he stood to face Mizuki, who saw this as an opportunity to put Naruto in his place. To Mizuki, Naruto would always be an eyesore, no matter what name or hair color he adopted. Mizuki intended to seize the scroll of seals, deliver it to Orochimaru, and hopefully eliminate Naruto in the process. As the match began, Naruto vanished from Mizuki's sight, delivering a powerful blow to his stomach, sending Mizuki hurtling into the academy wall. Naruto hadn't intended to strike him so forcefully, but Mizuki's persistent antagonism had pushed him to his limit. Iruka, initially unsure of how to proceed, ultimately declared Naruto the winner, as Mizuki remained unconscious and required medical attention. The class continued with their taijutsu assessments, concluding them quickly. Next came the ninjutsu demonstration, with Iruka and the newly awakened Mizuki in a separate room. One by one, students left and returned with their Hitai 8, the symbol of their newfound status as Konoha shinobi. Finally, it was Naruto's turn. Iruka outlined the requirements: a kawarimi, a bunshine, and a henge. Naruto, in a blue jumpsuit that stood out starkly, transformed into the Shodai Hokage flawlessly, donning the Hokage's robes and hat. After reverting, Iruka asked for a kawarimi, which Naruto executed flawlessly by swapping with a log. The last task was a bunshine, and Naruto created 10 perfect copies of himself with the Kage Bunshine no Jutsu, a technique typically beyond the scope of an academy student. Mizuki attempted to challenge the validity of Naruto's jutsu, but Iruka firmly shut him down. Impressed, Iruka congratulated Naruto and presented him with a blue banded Hitai 8, signaling his official status as a Konoha shinobi. Naruto's elation was palpable, and he decided to celebrate his achievement at his favorite eatery, Ichiraku Ramen. Amidst his enjoyment of 2 bowls of ramen, Mizuki approached him. "Congratulations on becoming a shinobi, Naruto," Mizuki said with a deceptive smile. Naruto acknowledged him with a quiet, "Thank you," sensing that Mizuki had something in mind. Mizuki then broached an intriguing proposition, offering Naruto a secret test that could earn him the title of Rookie of the Year. It involved a daring mission: stealing the scroll of seals from the Hokage's office. Naruto couldn't help but find it interesting. Naruto clandestinely maneuvered his way through the Hokage Tower, harboring a desire to disclose his intentions exclusively to the Hokage. After a brief traversal, he found himself standing before the Hokage's office. He knocked gently, prompting the aged voice of the Hokage to grant him entrance. As he pushed open the door, Naruto's demeanor turned solemn. "Gigi," he began, addressing the Hokage respectfully, "I find myself in need of the scroll of seals. We have a traitor amidst us." The Hokage, however, was not prepared to grant Naruto access so easily. "Very well," he replied, a note of caution in his voice. "But I cannot simply hand it over." Naruto chuckled lightly, causing the elderly Hokage some apprehension. "Oirike no jutsu," he uttered, and in an instant, a poof of smoke enveloped him. When it cleared, a late teen, unclothed, and alluring female form replaced his previous boyish appearance. The Hokage was taken aback, a brief nosebleed preceding his fainting spell. Naruto couldn't help but take pride in the flawless execution of his technique as he advanced towards the scroll and secured it. Naruto assumed a seated position on a nearby tree, adopting the lotus position. Before long, Mizuki arrived at the same clearing, distinctive with 2 Fuma shurikens strapped to his back. He addressed Naruto, commending his performance, yet demanded the scroll. Naruto's azure eyes transformed into icy orbs as he responded with a frigid tone. "Why should I relinquish it to you when you might abscond with it?" he retorted coldly. Mizuki's smug demeanor waned as he was suddenly made aware of another presence in the clearing. Unbeknownst to him, Iruka had been alerted to Naruto's actions. "Ho ho, so the demon can think," Mizuki's facade of cheerfulness dissolved, replaced by a gloating expression. "Do you know why the village despises you?" Mizuki's smugness reached new heights as he hurled accusations. "No, Mizuki, you can't. It's against the law." The voice of Iruka interrupted. "It's because you are the 9-tailed fox. You were the one who killed all those people 12 years ago." Mizuki bellowed at the top of his lungs. Naruto shifted and rose to his feet, retaining the coldness in his gaze and voice. "Indeed, you've come right out and said it," Naruto acknowledged, his icy tone unwavering. "You knew?" Both Mizuki and Iruka exclaimed in unison. "I've known since I was 6, but that isn't important," Naruto revealed before taking a step forward and releasing his chakra. A surge of chakra erupted around him, enveloping him in a vibrant green aura. Mizuki and Iruka took a step back, perturbed by the overwhelming presence Naruto exuded. "I'm not the damn demon fox. I'm Senju Naruto, great-great-grandchild of the first Hokage, Shinan of Konohagakure, and Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails," Naruto declared passionately. "And you dare threaten my home? I'll kill you." Mizuki, undeterred, charged at Naruto, but Naruto swiftly sidestepped his attack and countered with a devastating uppercut. Mizuki was sent hurtling back to the tree he had leapt from. Naruto then spoke, his voice tinged with a sense of impending retribution. "Let me demonstrate the true extent of my Kage Bunshin," Naruto announced, forming a practiced hand seal. Taiju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. 2,000 Narutos manifested around the hapless Mizuki, who barely lasted 2 seconds against the relentless barrage. Naruto dispelled the clones as Mizuki fell unconscious. "Forgive me for losing my temper in your presence, Iruka-sensei," Naruto apologized, his earlier icy aura replaced by a more tranquil demeanor. "It's all right. How about some ramen on me? You've had a long day," Iruka suggested, his gentle smile bringing tears to Naruto's eyes. "Yada. I'm gonna eat 10 bowls, Dadabayo," Naruto exclaimed joyfully, and his exuberance was contagious, even to Iruka. In a room filled with high-ranking jonin, it was a customary occasion. Team placements were underway. The Hokage had just assigned the first 6 teams, none of which consisted of clan children. Team 7, however, was destined to be different, as they would be under the guidance of Kakashi Hatake, known for his dismal record as a sensei. Team 7 will be led by Kakashi Hatake and will consist of Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and... The Hokage began to read from his list, but he was interrupted by Kakashi. "Excuse me, Lord Third?" Kakashi interjected, garnering the attention of the assembled jonin. "Since Sasuke was assigned to my team by the Civil Council, not by chance, I would like to suggest the third member for my team, with your permission, of course." Some voices in the room protested Kakashi's audacity, while others accused him of seeking glory. However, Kurenai Yui, Asuma Sarutobi, and the third Hokage remained silent. The third Hokage, after contemplating his decision, allowed Kakashi to proceed. "You may make a suggestion, but it must be justified." Kakashi seized the opportunity to elaborate. "I propose that we include Naruto Senju on this team as well. There are compelling reasons for this choice: the prestige of having an Uchiha and Senju together on a team, Sasuke's propensity to flee, and his apparent rapport with Naruto." The room erupted in chaos, with various reactions to Kakashi's proposition. However, Danzo made his presence felt, advocating for the collaboration of the Uchiha and Senju, albeit for his own ulterior motives. "You should allow the Senju and Uchiha to be on the same team, Hiruzen," Danzo stated, veiling his true intentions. "I am still your Hokage, Danzo," the third Hokage reminded him sternly, with a hint of a warning. "Of course, Lord Third." "My apologies," Danzo conceded. "I will grant your request, Kakashi," the third Hokage finally conceded, signaling his approval. Kakashi bowed in gratitude. In a meeting room, Naruto sat between the Hokage and Iruka, facing a desk. The Hokage addressed Naruto, emphasizing the significance of the ninja registration form. "Naruto, you understand that the ninja registration form is a crucial document of great importance to our village," the Hokage stated. Naruto replied, "I do. I've read about it." The third Hokage inquired further, "Then why didn't you take it seriously?" Naruto quoted a lesson from his past: "A ninja's greatest weapon is the element of surprise. You once told me when I was just a child. If I present myself as a goof, people will go easy on me, and I'll have a better chance of survival," Naruto explained, raising his fist to his chin. The third Hokage contemplated Naruto's words, acknowledging the wisdom in his reasoning. "That's true, but if you aspire to become Hokage one day, you'll need to establish a reputation as a serious leader. Naruto considered this for a moment before relenting. Fine, I'll retake the stupid picture. However, he couldn't resist exacting some immediate revenge. Oirike no Jutsu, he declared, transforming back into an attractive female form. The Hokage was taken aback, suffering a nosebleed and almost fainting, while Iruka struggled to maintain composure. As the meeting concluded, a young boy burst into the room, brandishing a shuriken and declaring his intent to defeat Gigi. However, he promptly fell flat on his face upon entering. Slightly embarrassed, the old Hokage introduced the boy. Naruto, this is Konohamaru Sarutobi, my grandchild, he said with a hint of amusement. Konohamaru observed the older boy before him with a mixture of curiosity and amazement. So, this is Naruto, he thought to himself, his wide-eyed gaze fixed upon the newcomer. Hello there. Are we finished here? Naruto inquired, prompting a sudden interruption from another individual entering the room. Honorable grandson. I've been searching all over for you, the newcomer declared. Yes, Naruto, our business here is concluded. However, I would like you to visit my office tomorrow, Lord Third suggested. Naruto nodded and exited the room. Ebisu, you must exercise better control over Konohamaru, Lord Third continued in a stern tone. Of course, Lord Third. My apologies, honorable grandson. You should avoid associating with individuals like him. To become the Hokage, you must stay under my guidance, and you will achieve your goal swiftly, Ebisu insisted, his words flowing forth. I believe he went looking for Naruto, Lord Third calmly observed as Ebisu hurriedly left the room to search for the young boy. Naruto entered the Hokage's office, greeted by a serious countenance from the Hokage himself. Do you understand why I summoned you here? The Hokage inquired. Naruto responded, yes, I do. It's because I've discovered my true identity. I enjoy reading, and it led me to comprehend my situation and the disdain I face from villagers who don't appreciate Fuinjutsu. I see. Allow me to provide an explanation, the Hokage sighed. This story begins on the day of your birth. Your mother, the previous Jinchuriki, was giving birth to you, and everything appeared to be proceeding smoothly until your birth. Something went awry. I don't know the specifics, but my wife, a retired Anbu, lost her life, and the Nine Tails was released from your mother. The act of childbirth weakens the seal that confines it. The fourth Hokage was occupied battling someone, the likely instigator behind these events. He sealed the Nine Tails into you at the cost of his own life, the Hokage explained, tears silently cascading down Naruto's whiskered cheeks. Naruto choked out, who was my father? The Hokage replied, I believe you already know. Naruto demanded, say it. Say that my own father condemned me to this fate. Explain how someone could do that to their own child. Tears welled up in the Hokage's eyes as he responded, stop. Your father loved you more than you can fathom. He cherished you deeply. I have never witnessed them happier than when they learned of your impending birth. Your father had unshakable faith in you, even allowing the Nine Tails to be more easily released so that you could master its chakra. Your father loved the village and believed you would be hailed as a hero who quelled the Nine Tails. That was his flaw, not a lack of love for you. Naruto was left speechless, realizing that he was loved and wanted, not the demonized outcast the villagers had portrayed him as. Now, what will you do with this knowledge? The Hokage inquired. Wiping away his tears, Naruto replied resolutely, I will become the greatest Hokage this village has ever known, Dadabayo. I never go back on my word. He extended his arm for a fist bump. The Hokage warned, good, because you need to be cautious of certain individuals, Danzo Shimura, Homura Mitokado, and Koharu Utatane, my advisors. They hold sway over the civil council. Be especially wary of Danzo. I cannot divulge more without risking exposure, but do not trust him. Naruto's conversation with the Hokage concluded with a light-hearted note. Kinjutsu? I didn't teach him the Kage Bunshin, Naruto pretended innocence, toying with the Hokage's words. No, I'm referring to the Oirike no Jutsu. I classified it as Kinjutsu, it's too potent, the Hokage explained. Naruto chuckled guiltily, scratching the back of his head, as he realized the consequences of teaching Konohamaru that technique. The day of team placement arrived, and Naruto felt a mix of excitement and anxiety as he walked through the main street. Along the way, he encountered Ino Yamanaka, not expecting her presence due to her family's flower shop. Naruto admired gardening, a hobby that wasn't widely known, given his Mokuton abilities. Walking alongside Ino in silence, Naruto finally broke it with a promise, "I'll visit your family's store sometime." Ino, taken aback by the unexpected statement, responded, "You garden?" Her cheeks flushed, and she turned away to hide her embarrassment. Naruto, amused by the encounter, teased her, "If you say so. See you later," before dashing off towards the academy, leaving Ino in a state of mild vexation. Naruto strode confidently into the classroom, fully prepared for whatever challenges his new sensei might present. He couldn't help but savor the competitive atmosphere that filled the room. Taking a seat beside Sasuke, he defied the unspoken norm, as none other dared to approach the brooding Uchiha. Cold, unwelcoming glares met anyone who even contemplated such an audacious act. Boys harbored jealousy, while girls swooned, their hearts fluttering in the presence of these two enigmatic figures. Naruto casually slung his arm around Sasuke, the envious gazes of the girls piercing into his back. Oblivious to their resentment, he paid them no mind. The boys, however, remained perplexed by the peculiar friendship between Naruto and the reserved Sasuke. The truth was, anyone else attempting what Naruto did would likely face dire consequences. "Are you ready to discover our teams, Sasuke?" Naruto's radiant smile, a stark contrast to his usual demeanor, accompanied the question. Sasuke's icy exterior melted as quickly as Naruto placed his arm around him, and a genuine smile graced Sasuke's lips. The girls couldn't help but swoon at the sight of Sasuke's rarely seen smile. However, their tender moment was abruptly interrupted by a stampede as Sakura and Ino burst into the room, both exclaiming first. Ino noticed Naruto's presence beside her crush and felt a twinge of frustration. She could have been the one sitting next to Sasuke if Naruto hadn't left her flustered and angry. Naruto, sensing Ino's irritation, winked at her, unable to resist the urge to tease her. He had never truly understood her, but he enjoyed getting a reaction out of her. Sakura, however, was not pleased with Naruto's presence and demanded an explanation. She followed her mother's advice and continued treating Naruto as an outsider. "I'm sitting with my friend. Don't you have friends you prefer to sit with?" Naruto replied cheekily. He had never particularly liked Sakura, who seemed too fixated on Sasuke and too cold towards him to engage in meaningful conversation. Her behavior didn't endear her to Sasuke either, as he disliked seeing his friends mistreated. Sakura retorted, "You're not friends with Sasuke." Naruto countered firmly, "I prefer to decide who my friends are, thank you." His stern gaze silenced Sakura, stopping her in her tracks. Ino intervened, pulling Sakura away and taking a seat beside Naruto. As she sat down, Ino couldn't help but reflect on Sakura's implications. She admired Sasuke but wasn't deluded enough to overlook the genuine friendship between Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto's pranks still infuriated her, but she couldn't deny the bond they shared. As the interactions unfolded, Iruka entered the room, signaling for everyone to quiet down. Despite initial resistance, Iruka's authoritative tone commanded obedience, bringing silence to the room. He expressed his pride in the students and their journey thus far and then moved on to announce the team placements. Naruto's mind drifted momentarily as Iruka began naming the teams. Team 7 was announced as Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Naruto Senju, with Kakashi Hatake as their sensei. Naruto snapped back to reality and exchanged a high five with Sasuke, both of them surprised by the team composition. Shikamaru's bored voice broke the silence as he questioned the balance of the teams, to which Iruka responded that the teams were decided by the Hokage himself. With that, the team placements were complete, and Iruka thanked the students for their time before departing. Only Team 7 remained in the classroom. Naruto couldn't help but envy Ino and her team, which had left with their sensei, Asuma. As Naruto sat at the back of the classroom, Sasuke found himself alone with Sakura, who had taken Ino's seat. Naruto noticed the passing time and grew restless. Sensing Naruto's unease, Sasuke asked if he was alright. Naruto admitted, yeah. I'm fine, just never felt anything like him before. Sasuke agreed, and they decided it was time to head to the roof to meet their mysterious new sensei. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke were seated on a set of stairs, attentively observing their enigmatic teacher. Why don't we begin with introductions? Their mentor proposed. Naruto, still rattled from their initial encounter with Kakashi, leaned in to whisper, could you perhaps suppress your presence a bit? My instincts are urging me to distance myself from you. Naruto's request was met with a rather insincere chuckle. Ahaha, my apologies. I didn't realize you were a censor, Kakashi replied. Naruto was taken aback when the man abruptly vanished from his sensory perception, leaving only his eyes to confirm his presence. Let's proceed with introductions. Who would like to go first? Their sensei clapped his hands together as he spoke, prompting Sakura to step up. Why don't you go first since we already know each other? She suggested. I am Kakashi Hatake. I have preferences and aversions, but I haven't given much thought to my future aspirations, Kakashi responded nonchalantly, leaving the three younger shinobi somewhat bewildered. Well, that wasn't very informative, they all thought simultaneously, evident by the sweat forming on their temples. Sakura continued, my name is Sakura Haruno. I enjoy. And as for my dreams. Her introduction was momentarily interrupted by a blush-inducing squeal directed at Sasuke. She concluded in a harsh tone, I dislike Naruto Baka. What did I ever do to you? Naruto sighed in response, while Sakura huffed and looked away. Kakashi, observing the interaction, mused to himself, why did I have to end up with a fangirl? Kakashi then turned to Sasuke, urging him to introduce himself. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I have few likes and not many dislikes. I don't have a dream per se, it's more like an ambition, to eliminate a certain individual, Sasuke revealed, confirming their expectations. Lastly, Kakashi turned his attention to Naruto, addressing him as Blondie. Naruto stood up and declared, my name is Naruto Senju. I have a fondness for ramen and Sasuke. I detest traitors and individuals who can't distinguish a scroll from a kunai. My dream is to become the greatest Hokage this village has ever seen. Kakashi, with a fond smile, thought, well, at least he's full of energy. Kakashi then announced their upcoming survival training for the following day, which Sakura protested since they had already experienced such training in the academy. Oh, but you haven't had me as your opponent, Kakashi countered with a playful finger raised. You're not officially Jonin yet, the academy test merely serves to filter out those lacking talent, he added with a twinkle in his eye. Naruto tried to defend their Jonin status, but Kakashi dropped the bombshell that 66% of candidates fail the real test, leaving them all shocked. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m., and don't eat breakfast, or you'll regret it, he warned before departing. The next day, Naruto trudged along the main street, realizing he was unprepared for whatever Kakashi had in store. Passing by the Yamanaka flower shop, he felt a surge of energy. Entering the shop, he was greeted by Ino, who expressed her surprise at his presence. As Naruto roamed the store, he noticed that the flowers seemed livelier than before. Touching one of the buds, he sensed it was slightly dry and advised Ino to water it for it to bloom. Ino was taken aback by Naruto's unexpected care and kindness. Naruto continued, did you take care of this one? Ino stammered out an affirmation. Naruto remarked, I can tell. It seems quite attached to you. Ino was puzzled by his choice of words and asked for clarification. Naruto, with a hushed gesture and a wink, left her curious and intrigued. Inoiki, Ino's father, interrupted their conversation upon returning home. Recognizing Naruto, he addressed him and expressed his hope that Naruto wasn't planning any pranks in their flower shop. Naruto assured him otherwise and shared his pranking preferences. Ino inquired about the meaning of Naruto's cryptic comment, but Inoki chose not to disclose it and left to see his wife, bidding Ino to continue her work. Naruto and Ino were left alone again, and Naruto inquired about her team and sensei. Ino described her teammates and sensei, expressing annoyance with them. Naruto, in turn, shared his difficulties with Sakura, prompting Ino to question the widespread animosity against him among civilians. Naruto offered a fabricated explanation, linking it to the nine-tailed fox's attack on the day of his birth. Ino found this revelation thought-provoking but couldn't fully comprehend its implications. Naruto, sensing her confusion, offered reassurance, and Ino, struck by his complexity, hugged him as a gesture of comfort, which he reciprocated with surprise and gratitude. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke found themselves perched on Training Ground 3's poles, each lost in their own thoughts. Naruto couldn't help but ponder the peculiar encounter he'd had at the Yamanaka flower shop the previous day. Sakura was secretly stealing glances at Sasuke, and Sasuke, in turn, was growing concerned about Naruto's uncharacteristic silence. Is it considered a good thing if a girl hugs you out of nowhere? Naruto inquired, breaking the silence. Sasuke, with limited experience in such matters, replied, I'm not an expert on girls, but I would assume so. Sakura, ever the venomous critic, interjected, why would Ino hug you, Naruto baka? Sasuke shot her a stern look to curb her rudeness. That's what I'm trying to figure out, Naruto sighed. I mean, I thought she was right up there with you on the annoyance scale, but yesterday, she was different. Sakura's irritation grew evident with a tick mark on her forehead. She attempted to punch Naruto, but he effortlessly deflected her attack, causing her to stumble. Why are you even trying to become a kunoichi, Sakura? If it's just to impress Sasuke, I'll knock some sense into you, Naruto said, his tone serious. She doesn't understand, Naruto. She never will, Sasuke remarked, stepping in. Naruto shrugged off Sasuke's hand and sat down in a lotus position near a pole. He swiftly formed hand signs and created an earthen dome around himself. Sakura, if you're serious about training, you need to give it your all. Otherwise, you're putting yourself and possibly all of us in danger, Sasuke advised. He extended a hand to help Sakura up, surprising her as it was the longest conversation she'd ever had with him. She accepted his help and listened as he instructed her to work on her taijutsu, strength, and stamina. Sakura nodded and moved to a corner of the training ground to begin push-ups. 3 hours later, Kakashi finally made his appearance. Naruto dispelled his earth dome as soon as he sensed Kakashi's overwhelming chakra presence. Kakashi observed Sakura, who was sweating and visibly fatigued, a surprising sight given her past reluctance to push herself. Are you all ready for your survival training? Kakashi asked with his characteristic smile. He produced 2 bells and explained that their objective was to obtain one of the 2 bells, though there were only 2 bells available. Failure meant returning to the academy. Naruto wasted no time and charged at Kakashi, but the experienced ninja effortlessly evaded Naruto's attack and delivered a swift kick to his back. TCH, attacking before the start, Kakashi commented, looking around for Sasuke and Sakura. Both had used Naruto as a distraction and managed to escape. Kakashi noted their improved hiding abilities, thinking, at least they can hide well. As a Chunin, I might not have found them. Naruto engaged Kakashi in taijutsu, launching a series of punches and kicks that Kakashi expertly blocked, realizing he needed to focus fully on the fight. After a rigorous exchange, Kakashi decided it was time to wrap it up. He grabbed Naruto's hand during a punch and used a jutsu to pull him underground, leaving only his head above the earth's surface. You did well, making me break a sweat, Kakashi acknowledged. Naruto was in disbelief. Hey, are you kidding me? You haven't broken a sweat. Naruto protested. Sasuke, who had been observing Naruto's battle with Kakashi, was genuinely impressed. He understood that he couldn't do this alone anymore. Kakashi, meanwhile, re-emerged, and Sasuke approached Naruto, discussing the need for teamwork. They agreed that they also needed Sakura's help, despite initial reservations. Sakura was running through the forest, pursued by a Jonin-level opponent. She lamented her lack of training and doubted her ability to succeed. Kakashi, watching her from a tree, activated a genjutsu to further disorient her. Sakura stumbled and sought refuge behind a tree, feeling overwhelmed. Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice, the voice of Sasuke-kun. Peering out from behind the tree, she saw Sasuke, injured and impaled by kunai. She screamed and fainted in shock, her fear taking over. With only 15 minutes left in the test, Naruto and Sasuke, unable to locate Sakura, heard her scream but couldn't discern her whereabouts. Growing desperate, they considered confronting Kakashi on their own. However, Sasuke spotted a tuft of pink hair peeking from behind a tree. He approached it cautiously, checking for traps, but found none. Sasuke woke Sakura by dispelling the genjutsu. She was frantic initially but quickly realized that Sasuke was perfectly fine. Overwhelmed with relief, she hugged him tightly and expressed her fear that he had been killed. Sasuke reassured her and urged her to join them to pass the test. The three Genin hopefuls eventually surrounded Kakashi, who tried one last time to divide them. Naruto and Sasuke saw through his strategy and launched a coordinated attack. While their teamwork was somewhat unrefined, it was enough to catch Kakashi off guard. Sakura seized the opportunity to grab the bells and pull, signaling their success. Kakashi acknowledged their teamwork and sighed, signaling their passage. Team 7 celebrated their accomplishment with a high five, having passed Kakashi's rigorous test. Being a shinobi did not live up to its romanticized portrayal, as Naruto had come to discover. Team 7 found themselves mired in a seemingly endless series of mundane D-rank missions. Since their initial bell test, Sakura had demonstrated marked improvement in her training. While Kakashi had yet to fully warm up to his young charges, there was an undeniable sense of growth within the team. Team 7 presently stood within the Hokage's office, awaiting their next assignment. Naruto couldn't help but voice his frustration. "Oi, Gigi, can't we get a mission that actually means something?" His outburst prompted Iruka, who sat nearby, to chime in. "Naruto, you should show more respect to the Hokage." The Hokage, however, waved off the concern, remarking, "It's all right, Iruka. Naruto has called me Gigi since he was a child." Sakura couldn't help but wonder about the nature of Naruto's relationship with the village's highest authority. Kakashi, meanwhile, knocked Naruto on the head gently while offering a quiet apology to the Hokage. Sasuke added his voice to Naruto's plea. "I agree with Naruto. It's time we were given a mission of higher significance." Iruka sighed, acknowledging the sentiment. "Must you both as well?" Turning to Kakashi, the Hokage inquired, "Do you think they are ready for a C-rank mission?" Kakashi, his demeanor unruffled, responded, "We won't know until we give them the opportunity. They comprise the heavy assault team of their batch." Iruka expressed his disagreement, stating, "I must respectfully disagree. They've only been Genin for a few months, these things take time." The Hokage then proposed a compromise. "Let's start with a lighter C-rank mission to gauge their readiness." Kakashi leaned toward Naruto, applying pressure for his agreement. "That sounds fair, doesn't it, Naruto?" Uncomfortably, Naruto mumbled, "Yeah, sounds good," eliciting giggles from both Sakura and the Hokage. The Hokage then instructed Iruka to summon Tazuna. Tazuna, a carpenter with a penchant for alcohol and age, seemed unimpressed upon laying eyes on his supposed protectors. Predictably, Naruto and Sasuke took offense at his dismissive demeanor. Swiftly, they disappeared from Tazuna's sight, each positioning a kunai blade at his cheeks. The sudden change sobered Tazuna instantly, and he swallowed hard. Kakashi, ever the composed one, intervened. Now, Naruto, Sasuke, killing our clients isn't good for business." Sasuke half-heartedly apologized, and they withdrew their kunai blades. Tazuna, breathing a sigh of relief, realized the gravity of the situation. Kakashi turned to their employer, asking, "Where do you need to go?" Tazuna stammered, "El Land of Waves," still visibly shaken. Kakashi announced, "We'll meet in an hour at the South Gate." Team 7 gathered at the appointed rendezvous point, but Kakashi was predictably late. Tazuna had not yet arrived either. Impatiently, Sakura complained, "When will Kakashi stop being late all the time?" Naruto, leaning against a tree with his hit-eye covering his eyes, hands clasped behind his head and legs crossed, responded, "Hell will freeze over before that happens." Meanwhile, Sasuke, poised on the gate, appeared ready for any impending confrontation. Tazuna arrived before Kakashi, lamenting loudly about ninja work ethics. Naruto nearly lost his patience after the 5th minute. Kakashi, showing up 6 minutes late, inquired casually, "So, are you guys ready to go?" As if he were punctual. "Yeah, finally," Naruto replied, adjusting his headband and stretching out any stiffness. After a couple of hours of travel, Sakura inquired about the absence of a hidden village in the Land of Waves. Kakashi explained, "No, there isn't. Some smaller nations lack the mission volume to sustain hidden villages, so they often seek assistance from nearby major villages." As they walked, they approached a puddle, and Naruto sensed an ominous presence within it. He signaled Kakashi, who nodded in acknowledgement. As they passed by, two assailants emerged from the puddle, each hurling a chain at Kakashi. The chains ensnared him, threatening to tear him apart. One of the attackers proclaimed, "One down." Sakura screamed, and Naruto locked eyes with Sasuke, who nodded in understanding. Both sprung into action, sprinting toward the attackers. Naruto deftly evaded a chain aimed at him, driving a kunai into a chain link to immobilize it. Taking advantage of the attacker's surprise, Naruto delivered a powerful punch to the jaw, sending him stumbling into Kakashi, who had already neutralized the other assailant. Sasuke, although impressed with Naruto's quick thinking, felt a pang of jealousy. He hadn't subdued his opponent before Kakashi's intervention, but Naruto had. Suppressing his irritation, he masked it quickly. Kakashi commended their performance, saying, "Good job, everyone." Turning to Sakura, he explained, "Sakura, I needed to ascertain if these individuals targeted us or our employer." Sakura, though somewhat disheartened by her comparative lack of skill, acknowledged, "I understand, Kakashi-sensei." Kakashi then interrogated the attackers, tightening his grip to elicit information. They relented quickly. Kakashi approached Tazuna, his expression imposing, and declared, "You have information to share if you want our continued protection." Tazuna, cowed by Kakashi's penetrating gaze, relented, divulging crucial details. "The Land of Waves is in dire financial straits, and it's all because of Gato," he began. Kakashi interjected, "Gato, the business tycoon?" Tazuna confirmed, "The very same. He's crippling the Land of Waves with exorbitant fees and high taxes. He's even taken the daimyo hostage in his own palace. If I can't complete the bridge, my impoverished nation is doomed. But I understand if you want to abandon us. I lied to you, after all. My daughter and grandson will miss their old man if I don't make it home." Tazuna's performance aimed to elicit sympathy. Naruto, despite his aversion to manipulation, prioritized justice over all else, declaring, "Kakashi-sensei, as much as I despise manipulators," he shot a disapproving glance at the bridge builder, who remained unrepentant, "I detest those who exploit others even more. We should do something." Sasuke, eager to prove himself, concurred, "I agree with Naruto." Kakashi, sensing the collective resolve of his team, turned to Sakura, seeking her opinion. Though unsure of the wisdom of their decision, she nodded and said, "I agree with the boys." Kakashi reluctantly admitted, "Well, it seems I've been outvoted." "You're fortunate, Tazuna. If it were up to me, we would have left you behind." With that, Kakashi led Team 7 toward the Land of Waves.